Hi, welcome. I'm out here once again with Brody, and this time I'm going to be doing socialization exercise. Christian's going to be playing the role of the petter, of the helper. And here in this exercise, I talk about socialization. I talk about people being able to connect with and pet on a dog. This is all about building bridges the right way, defining that connection into those two core areas. I talk about influence and control by way of having the dog stay focused on me and everything coming through me as a pivot point. So here when I talk about influence and control, you're going to see me in a very intentional way putting Brody under constant influence and control as Christian steps forward here in a minute to start to touch on and pet on Brody a little bit. When I say a little bit, this is where when you're starting to perform this exercise, you don't want to make it about the person petting on the dog too much at first. Okay, this is just about touch lightly and then stepping back and building on that as things move forward the right way. So you want the dog to be relaxed. I'm going to be doing this at somewhat of an angle so that the angle itself is helpful because as Christian walks in, and so Christian will get you to stand kind of right there. As Christian walks in here in a minute, I'm going to switch over to now have the flat collar on Brody, so I'm going to be switching over to the flat collar here in a moment to do this exercise to keep influence and control kind of leveled out. And as I do this exercise here at an angle, as you can see peripherally, Brody knows that Christian's there, and so he's not too far back either. He's just right here. So that allows me to have a better picture as to how invested Brody is. Invested meaning fixate. I don't want Brody to be looking at or head turning towards Christian, and how that is going to stay, how Brody's going to stay focused on me is as I do the push and pull, just like an elastic band stretching, that's going to generate, focus. It's going to affect Brody's state of mind, control and influence that way. So, you'll see as I do this, how the focus remains on me. Now, as I do this exercise to push and pull that way, I will be kind of aware of, how Brody's reacting to this. And so I may have to, as I do the push and pull, it's like an elastic band stretching. If Brody starts to look towards Christian, Christian's going to stop, kind of like the robot. He's going to be doing this in degrees here. But as he stops here, I'm going to be increasing it a little bit at a time to help to realign, the focus of Brody, his state of mind. Now, as you do this exercise, though, if it gets really intense or goes into higher disagreeableness and challenge, this is where this is bridge building and where you would stop at a certain point, because number one is you may be pushing kind of hard where you're saying, I'm pushing kind of hard here, I don't want to keep increasing it. That's pretty good right there. You have to kind of know where to stop when you're doing this, because every day it's going to get better and better anyway. And then also in terms of expectations, Christian may not get the pet on Brody depending on Brody's reaction today. But this is about starting to build that bridge the right way. So as I do this, I'm not saying anything, I'm just doing the push and pull. And as you'll see here in a second, it's all about, me staying focused on Brody as Christian's starting to move in, but I'm in control of that. So as Christian walks in, I'll be saying, come on in, or stop there, or whatever. But he's also going to be watching too, because you want the person to be paying attention that if Brody's kind of getting a little antsy here, I don't want him to keep moving his hand out. So he'll kind of know when to make contact based on how relaxed Brody is. So I'm going to start to lightly do this. So start to walk in, Christian, right there, stop for a second. So as stop here, watch this. So notice that change right there. As I did the push and pull, Brody started looking over. Doesn't have to be looking right at me, but notice that changed. Walk in a little more. As he walked in, again, increase it here a little bit for a sec, just give me a second. Okay, start to reach down to touch. Okay, start to pet. Perfect. Yeah, excellent. Then step back. So as he steps back, same time, keeping it going, and then I can start to release and take the pressure off. That was perfect. That was a great illustration of how this method works. And notice, so as he steps back too, I don't want, especially for the dog has a lot of control, you don't want the dog thinking that they're, leaving their area and starting to, for the dog to think, hey, I'm causing that to happen, and kind of giving them that kind of boost in a bad way. And so we want to make sure it's always about, hey, I'm the pivot point. Yeah, Christian stepping back, but through me. Okay, so I'm keeping that level. So this leads to off leash. This is where it comes to the leash and the method here, but over time, this is where, at a level where it's like cement starting to really take hold, where people coming into your home and say Brody's sitting there totally relaxed, people are coming over to touch and pet on Brody, but Brody is looking right at you, right at the owner. Okay, totally like saying, okay, this is how this sets this up in motion. So a really great example. Brody's doing excellent. And so again, this is socialization in and through the human this way, through the method, through the push-pull method. Thanks for watching.